Friends, today we'll discuss a very important judgment of ITAT Bangalore, and it is all about basically interest on home loan. What happens generally is when we bought a property and sold it later on, so we need to compute the capital gain. It may be your long term or short term, but in case of long term, there is a provision that there is a provision of indexation. Like in simple terms, you can do uh, you have to take your property cost when you bought it, and some index number are given by multiplying or doing the calculation. You can compute your property value uh, in the year in which it was sold, and this can be reduced from the sale consideration, and resultant will be the capital gain on which you have to pay capital gain. बट इस केस में क्या हुआ यहाँ पर एक शांतनु अरुण नंदी, ही वाज एन आर आई, ही बॉट ए प्रॉपर्टी इन बेंगलुरु एंड लेटर ऑन व्हेन इट बिकम long term property it was sold by him, and in the computation of capital gain there was some certain reduction of expenses along with the cost of acquisition of the property along with the indexation. But in the assessment, it department income tax department has disallowed these deduction, extra deduction. What was these deduction? Actually, these deduction were the home loan interest that he paid on the property which has been sold, and he has also deducted the one-time maintenance cost paid to the society, and along with the one-time payment for electricity bill and water bill. And this case goes to DRD. DRD in income tax is a dispute resolution uh, panel, DRP, sorry. And but DRP gave a decision in favor of a department. So they took the favor of the department and continued their judgment. But agreed by this, the Santanu Nandi has approached to the Commissioner Income Tax Appeal, and but the matter was not decided properly. So agreed by this, while he has the option of referring the matter to the ITAT. Later on, the case reaches to ITAT, but there is a limitation provision, and due to this, he had to apply for the continuation of delay in making the application to the ITAT. So there was a delay of 737 days, but this got condoned by the ITAT on the cause that he had wrongly or mistakenly applied for relief to the wrong forum. Now these matters have been dealt by the ITAT, and one of the important judgment given by the ITAT is that the question before the ITAT was that uh, is it correct to take the reduction of maintenance expenses paid to the society, which are one-time expenses, and one-time electricity and water expenses. Also, the interest on the home loan. ITT ruled in favor of the assessee and said that these expenses can be claimed as these form cost of the acquisition of the property, because this comes and closely have nexus to the acquisition of the property, and this can be deducted. But the catch is here that there should not be any deduction in the past for these expenses which has been obeyed by the assessee. So this was the case. Mr. Nandi has not taken any deduction for the home loan interest he had paid, and he proved by showing these past returns to the ITAT. So the ITAT gave relief in his favor. But the twist is that he also claimed travel expenses. Travel expenses are what travel expenses? He his he appealed that because he traveled from USA to India exclusively for the sale of this property. So he trying to deduct these expenses. But instead of giving favor on this point, ITAT has remanded back the matter to the AO to decide the case. So again, here is the partial relief to the assessee, but it clarify a good judgment that if there is a home loan on the property, it can be claimed along along with the acquisition cost and using the indexation also.